was one of the few black girls for a while growing up.
Hi, this is Nicole Glass, and welcome to Creating Your Own Reality Podcast. Hey guys, welcome to Creating Your Own Reality Podcast. Thank you so much for joining me again. Oh my goodness, I am so pumped about the feedback that I have been receiving from this. It is seriously the thing that keeps me going, and shout out to Catherine, who messaged me and told me how positive my podcast was and how it positively impacted her. Thank you so much, Catherine, for watching. Thanks for keeping up with the craziness and my inconsistency. I am trying, guys, to add this as a part of my routine. It's just something that I'm trying to get used to. So this episode, we are going to talk about, is the real estate market going to crash? What is happening? Why do prices keep going up? What is going on? Are we in a bubble? I know it feels crazy right now, and I feel like you guys need to hear it from someone like me who's in the industry, who is a salesperson, who does flip houses, and someone that you can trust, who had a conversation with a group of sales agents and brokers. And I gotta say, the sentiment is the same across the board. A lot of agents and a lot of other people believe that we are living in a bubble, but I actually don't. Me personally, from my understanding of what's happening is that there's not enough houses on the market. For example, in my town in Sicklerville, New Jersey, there's only 45 houses available. But the amount of buyers that we have is like 100 times that. You know what I mean? So you could have 5,000, 6,000 people ready to buy in Sicklerville and only 45 houses available. So what's happening is, because the inventory is so low, you have all those buyers who are bidding on the same houses, and you have 30 bids in the first 24 hours, and you have people bidding against each other, and it is competitive. It is like a shark's den out there right now. And a lot of houses are going for way over asking price. And a lot of people are scared to even bid that high because they don't believe the house is worth that much. But because this is a continuous trend, and this happened last summer and it's going to happen this summer, so the prices were high last summer, but they're cheaper than this summer. So those people that bought last summer are actually building equity as the prices are still going up, up, up. And you're talking to someone who went and checked out real estate. I was in Austin, I think 4 months ago, and there were 60 bids on a single house. And I have a buyer right now in Jersey, and we just bid, and there was 20 to 30 other bidders on a single house. So if this continues to be the trend for the next, let's say, 5 years, the prices that we're seeing last year and this year are going to be low compared to the prices that we'll see in 5 years. So the people that are buying now, even though they're paying a high price, that's still going to be a low price compared to the future. So some people believe that the real estate market is going to crash like it did in the early 2000s. And what happened with that was banks were giving loans to people who didn't necessarily fully qualify with their debt to income ratio. Money was a lot easier, and they were just giving it away, and they didn't have good enough systems to protect the loans. And when the economy took a hit, a lot of people defaulted on their loans, and a lot of foreclosures happened, and the real estate market bursted. But because that happened, because something so crazy and so dramatic happens, banks learned their lesson. The federal government learned its lesson. Now they have way stricter and harder standards to even purchase a home. So now the people that are owning homes now are super qualified homeowners. And so to think that that same situation is going to happen again is kind of crazy, because banks put systems and regulations in place to prevent that from happening. This is completely different. So what we're seeing right now with the real estate market, the homeowners are getting so much equity right now. So if you've been holding on to a home just for the past 2 years, your home equity has probably increased at least $20,000. That's crazy. And if you're a homeowner like myself, you could put a house on the market. Like my house, look at right here. My kitchen's so darn cute. I could put my house on the market and it could be sold in 2 hours, so that's cash money right there. So being a homeowner is super powerful. Do not run away from it just because the market is super high, because I believe it is only going to get higher. So why aren't there enough houses on the market? Let me tell you, most people who own homes don't look like me, aren't my age. Most homeowners are baby boomers, and we are in a pandemic right now. So what does that even mean? So baby boomers, they are the most negatively impacted when it comes to this virus. They don't want to move places. They don't want to expose themselves to this virus. Baby boomers are hunkering down because that is for their safety. But they also own most of the houses in America and they're scared to sell. They're scared to move. And we don't know how long this pandemic is going to last. But all we do know is that you have a wave of millennials who are getting to the point in their life where they can afford to become homeowners, where they can afford to get comfortable and settle down, where they want to start their families. And so you have a huge group of people who are trying to purchase homes and a very small group of people who even want to sell. So what is that going to do? That is going to only increase the pricing of houses. And as more millennials age and as more millennials get old enough to want to become homeowners, and as more millennials smarten up to realize that rent money is just, you're throwing money away and you're not really building equity and never getting that back. So to be a renter is just to work to live, to pay your landlord. And as more millennials wake up to that realization, they're going to want to become homeowners. Guess what? The millennial age group, I believe, I'm 26. I believe I'm like on the cusp of millennial and Gen Z. So like it's from 25 and then I believe to like late 30s. And so all this age group right here, we're like the largest consumer for future housing purchases. And we're all getting to that age where we want to own something. So this is a very unique thing that's happening right now. This is a very unique time. You cannot compare this to anything else that has happened in history. And developers are trying to keep up with the demand, but there's something else that's happening in housing development, which is even super crazy. So the materials that developers use is getting more expensive because of the pandemic. The wood production is going up because you have to have social distancing now in manufacturing buildings. Like they can't have as many people working in the building as they used to because you have to be 6 feet apart. So that's slowing down production, which is increasing the price for the wood framing that they use to buy the houses. So not just wood framing, this is siding, this is roofing, this is everything that is within a house, tile, everything. So when developers are developing and the materials are getting more expensive, the prices of the home have to go up so the developers can keep their profit margins. So this is a crazy, crazy time we're living in right now. But if you're holding off on buying because you think you're going to get something cheaper in a couple years, you're wrong. And I'm willing to bet money that you're wrong. Prices are only going to continue to go up. And I don't want to scare you, but I also want to minimize expectations. Like a lot of people are like, oh, let me sit down and wait for the housing market to burst. I don't want to buy right now. But it's like, you do that, you're going to be missing out on tens and tens of thousands of dollars worth of equity. That's on period. Like I've been doing real estate since I was 18 years old, and especially in the state of New Jersey. And so I've been in the real estate market in the crash and the ups and the downs. And I've been working with mortgage officers. I've been working with, banks. I've been working with like contractors. I've seen like every little ins and outs of, other sales agents, brokers of the industry. And I'm saying, you guys, this is different. I'm saying, you guys, getting a house right now is an incredible investment because guess what? you want to hold on to your money. You've got a lot of money saved and like you're excited about that. I'm excited for you. But inflation, the government is printing out money with these stimulus bills more than ever before. So even if you like have 50,000 saved, 20,000 saved, 10,000 saved, and you're like, I'm gonna hold on to my money and, and hope that the real estate market crashes and hope that I can jump in. Well, guess what? That $10,000 that you're holding on to isn't going to be worth $10,000 as you're holding on to it. Like, because, if you know what inflation is, you know that the more, money is being printed and in circulation, the less the dollar is valued. So if you have, your money in a checking account and it's not moving and it's just staying stagnant, your wealth is actually decreasing because more money is being printed out and circulated, stimulus bills and all this and that. And, I know we're excited about our checks and we're excited about our stimulus bills and we're excited about all that, but the money that you're holding on to isn't going to be worth what it's worth, last year and the year before that. It's going to be worth less. So where do you want to put your money? Real estate. Because even though money could be decreasing, guess what's increasing? Real estate. So that's all I'm saying. That's all I think I have to say. This is a lot of information to consume for someone, who's just trying to get into this and just trying to understand all the moving parts. I hope that was helpful. Is the real estate market going to crash? I don't think so. I think it's just going to go up. And that's a pretty bold statement, but we're putting it on YouTube. That's my genuine opinion. And if you disagree, let's talk about it in the comments. Thank you so much for watching this video. Like, subscribe, share with your friends, and let me know how you felt about this one, guys. Peace out. Have a good day.